Georgia governor to reopen some businesses as early as Friday as other states signal similar plans. Georgia Republican Governor Brian Kemp announced Monday that certain businesses can reopen this week in a move that breaks from the majority of state leaders and defies the warnings of many public health officials. Kemp said specifically that fitness centers, bowling alleys, body art studios, barbers, hair and nail salons, and massage therapy businesses can reopen as early Friday, April 24. Theaters and restaurants will be allowed to open on Monday, April 27, while bars and nightclubs will remain closed for now. The decision follows new guidance unveiled by President Donald Trump last week, meant to help states loosen their social distancing restrictions. According to an influential model often cited by the White House, from the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation, Georgia hit its projected peak for daily deaths 13 days ago, on April 7. But that same model predicts that dozens of people will die each day in the coming week. And to limit a resurgence of the virus, the model says that Georgia shouldn't start relaxing social distancing until after June 15, when the state can begin considering other measures to contain the virus, such as contact tracing and isolation. Notably, Kemp said Monday that no local ordinance can restrict the openings, which will be implemented statewide. In the same way that we carefully closed businesses and urged operations to end to mitigate the virus's spread, today we're announcing plans to incrementally and safely reopen sectors of our economy, he told reporters. The Republican governors of Tennessee and South Carolina on Monday signaled similar phased reopenings, despite South Carolina not meeting the suggested reopening criteria from the White House. And the Democratic governors of Illinois and Louisiana said that different parts of their states could reopen in the near future. Trump discussed loosening restrictions with governors in a conference call last week, telling state leaders, "You are going to call your own shots," according to a person familiar with the conversation. "I've gotten to know almost all of you, most of you I've known and some very well. You are all very capable people, I think in all cases, very capable people. And you're going to be calling your shots," the president said Thursday. Citing the White House guidance on Monday, Kemp said, "We appreciate their leadership and share in the president's desire to reopen the economy and get Americans back to work," adding, "As a small business person for over 30 years, I know the impact of this pandemic on hardworking Georgians in every zip code and every community." Stacey Abrams, the 2018 Democratic gubernatorial candidate who ran against Kemp, called the governor's decision dangerously incompetent in a tweet. While the incremental reopenings align with the president's push, public health experts have repeatedly stressed the dangers of relaxing social distancing measures too early, with Dr. Anthony Fauci, the nation's top infectious diseases expert, telling CNN last month, "You don't make the timeline, the virus makes the timeline." As a result, other state leaders across the country have formed regional pacts to work together on how to reopen from the stay-at-home orders each has issued, with a promise that their decisions will be driven by facts, science and public health professionals, not politics. Democratic New York Governor Andrew Cuomo said last week that it was important to reopen the nation with a smart plan step by step, evaluating data at each juncture. New York remains one of the states hardest hit by the coronavirus in the country. What the art form is going to be here is doing that smartly and doing that productively, and doing that in a coordinated way, doing that in coordination with the other states that are in the area, and doing it as a cooperative effort where we learn from each other. This is a breaking story and will be updated. CNN's Armin Azad contributed to this report. Click subscribe to receive the latest news.